and welcome back to my film and TV channel. I'm going to look at a British thriller today, a drama thriller. Yes, I'm going to have a look at something called I Came By. Please, if you are new to the channel, enjoy what I do. I try and inform and entertain if I can. And please, if you can press that subscribe button and press that notification button, you know, these vlogs are coming out, and give us a thumbs up, make an old TV film watch it. Very happy indeed. Yes, I Came By. This is showing currently on Netflix as at the 31st of August 2022. So I think it's brand new on that day, or maybe in the day before. What's it about? Well, it's about a rebellious young graffiti artist. Yes, he needs a good. He needs what's the word? He needs a good telling off. I can't say things we used to probably say 30 years ago, but yeah, he's a young graffiti artist. He doesn't tidy up his house. He doesn't. His mum's there having to come home from a work day, and the house is a tip. You know, it's shocking. I couldn't cope with that. But he's rebellious, so there you go. And he targets the homes of the wealthy elite, but discovers a shocking secret that leads him on a journey, endangering himself and those closest to him. So quite a what's the word? A formulaic formula with this one, the synopsis. It's scoring pretty well, yeah. On Internet Movie Database, Joe Public, we don't have a lot of... we don't have Metascore this week. We've got some Rotten Tomatoes critique, but Internet Movie Database, Joe Public, yeah, only 30 reviews, but it's getting 6.4 out of 10. So you can always bet your life that those 30, quite a few of people perhaps involved in the film. That's what usually happens early doors. I might be totally wrong, but that's my assumption. When you see 6 scores of 10 out of 10, that's probably the director, the producer, and 4 of the actors. That's 6 10 out of 10s. Then you get 11 6 to 9s. So they're the clever ones. They're the guys who realise, oh, better not put a 10, but I'll put 7 or 8, you know, something like that. So you've got 11 people scored between 6 and 9, and you've got 8 people. Well, probably had nothing to do with the production and just watched it, scored it between 2 and 5. And 5 people just scored it 1. I think they were sacked. They were probably sacked from the film. So, yeah, overall, if you take your 11, forget the 10 out of 10s, forget the 1 out of 10s. If you take the 6 to 9s and the 2 to 5s, a 58% positivity. So a little bit down on the average 6.4 out of 10. That's slightly skewed by the 10 out of 10s, etc. So, yeah, so bodes well. Okay, I sort of looked at that and thought, oh, that sounds interesting. And look at the cast as well. I mean, a lot of familiar names to British TV watchers and British film watchers. You've got George Mackay, we've got Kelly MacDonald, Hugh Bonneville. There you go, Hugh Bonneville. He's put his Downton Abbey to one side, and he's on this. Parcel Ascot, Vereda Sethu, Frank Ashman, and Anthony Carth complete the main protagonists, the main characters in this. And what are the critics? As I said, we've only got Rotten Tomatoes at the moment. It's okay, 64% positivity, 7 fresh and 4 rotten from Rotten Tomatoes, but it's averaging 5.9 out of 10, so just under that magical 6 out of 10 I like to see. Edward Porter, let's name some names, shame some names, name and shame them. Edward Porter, he's from The Times, he was rotten on this. He said, Hugh Bonneville is not a convincing monster, and the silliness of Babak Anwari's film doesn't help, but it may offer a bit of fun as an accidental farce. Okay. Andy Lear, though, yeah, fresh. He was fresh on this. He's from the Daily Express here in the UK. He said, Anwari's satire loses its focus as the plot builds towards an unsatisfying finale. But Bonneville is horribly memorable as a sinister toff who can tie the police in knots with his old school connections. And Clarice, I like Clarice. Clarice Luffrey from The Independent. She was rotten also. She said, Hugh Bonneville's performance here feels far too measured to really turn those preconceptions on their head. It's somewhat of a fatal blow to I Came By, with Anwari and Namsi Khan's script otherwise failing to find its stylistic hook. So, overall, okay, Rotten Tomatoes in the positive, Internet Movie Database in the positive, but Bernard, I'm not going to mark it, guys. I was very disappointed. I did sort of see some okay scores. It does push the boundaries of believability, which in itself doesn't mean it's a bad film to me. I don't mind. You know, it's a fantasy drama, but it's not. It's just a straightforward serial killer drama, and that's what it's supposed to be. And it does push the boundaries to the extreme, which is a big shame because it did have a bit of promise. I quite like the start of it. I quite like the first 30 minutes. It is formulaic, of course it is, but as I say, I'm not going to do any spoiler alert here. But yeah, it sort of set itself up nicely the first 20, 30 minutes. And then it just gets dafter and a bit weird, a bit all over the place as time goes on. I think Bonneville, as one of the critics said before, I think Bonneville is an okay freak, but certainly not totally convincing. Perhaps he's too typecast in the obvious role he's had in Downton Abbey, of course. And this role where he's a predator and worse, never really convinces in it. He sort of has he has the look of one. My apologies, Hugh, but he does have the look of potentially being a bit of a nutter and it working, but it never really works within the script for me. It didn't really. He looked the part, but it never feels genuine in the way the story pans out. And there's also a passage of time problem. Yeah, it jumps like months from one scene to another, and it's obviously along with the story. So obviously nothing's happened or hardly anything's happened in the interim, and you see characters who virtually look the same, dishevelled state. You'll know what I mean when you watch it from 1 month and it's months later, and there's the same condition, which is a bit odd. It's just all a bit odd of the time shifting. At the start of the film. Oh, excuse me. I've been sneezing today. At the start of the film, yeah, one of the ladies gets pregnant, and by about 20 minutes into, well, all right, I'm exaggerating slightly, but 20 minutes into the film, she's well pregnant, and then obviously an hour into the film, the baby's growing up, and it just sort of doesn't seem right. The timeline doesn't seem right with the story. It's just a very, very odd. And yeah, overall, I'm not going to give it a mark because I just found it a little unsatisfying and frankly disappointing. I was hoping for a little bit more. As I said, from a reasonable start, it just, for me, lost its way. Let me know what you think, guys. As I say, I like a good serial killer film. I like a good hostage film, or everything category this falls into. Unfortunately, I wouldn't class this as a good one, even though, as I say, I certainly was interested for about half an hour, and then my interest began to wane just a little. Anyway, let me know what you think, guys. If you get to watch this, please, until we meet again. That's one thing, though. Please stay safe, everyone. Bye for now.